mic in front of me so I sound better. Um, so let's first talk about Dream Daddy Simulator. So we'll just kind of get this going over here. So to catch anyone up, they had failed to deliver their initial launch date, which was last Friday. They said that they would need more time, so they're still finishing the game the day of release, and they couldn't get it or they couldn't finish it, and so they're like, sorry, we need some more time next Wednesday. And so we waited. We discussed about how you're missing deadlines is not necessarily ethical, and if especially with a short marketing campaign, and then what? So that happened. We had our discussion. We were like, let's see what happens next week. So now it's next week. Wednesday came around. They missed their deadline. Me and Lewis are cracking up about that. I mean, it's messed up. Okay, it's like messed up,
like,
right?
Not like cracking up on like, haha, you did bad. I was just like, dude, we called it.
Yeah. And I was really hoping we were wrong, to be honest.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I really hope they get it out.
That's work that people put in to really put a game together. Whether or not you think it's worthwhile playing, it's still work, and they gave a shit about it. Mm-hmm. And so that happened, and they missed their deadline. And so I've got some tweets pulled up. This is the day of, on that second deadline day. Hang in tight. Steam. The game's on Steam. We're just waiting for us to unlock. There's some bureaucratic stuff we're trying to work through. We're just waiting for response. Biting our nails over here. So they're nervous. We've been there before. Yeah. It sucks.
It's not fun.
For those asking technicalities, the game was already pre-approved on Steam, but we were unable to self-publish. Have to wait on Steam. So right here, I feel like that was their mistake. You're giving a technical answer to people with a limited character limit, and also to people who don't know what's going on. Because right now, in my opinion, that paints it on Steam, or that puts it on that.
And it's definitely not Steam's fault.
And by the way, their release date was that evening. I believe like 8 o'clock or some shit like that. Like so sometime in the evening, so after working hours. Trading emails, trying to figure it out. Thank you for your patience. Another update for you. Still trading emails. Please go easy on us. So please go easy on us. That's really Dream Daddy Simulator should be just called "Please Go Easy on Us," the Dream Daddy Simulator game. Because
it's called "Let Me Manipulate Your Feelings So You're on Our Side."
Yeah,
kind of thing. Man. You know what happened. They knew what happened. Okay,
like, I think it's poor management.
Let's just
chalk it up. Like they said. So they keep going.
Just own up to it.
30-minute updates. Still holding out for hope. All right, guys, have to call. Okay, we're gonna have to call it a night. Send everyone home. Get some sleep. We'll tackle this in the morning. There will be dads. Please don't attack anyone for this. If anything, chalk it up to this being our first game. Sorry, we can get it out to you tonight. I will tell you this: that I actually had an interaction with someone who, on their Twitter, vehemently said, "Somebody get like Steam on lockdown. Like, it's Steam's fault. We're not getting our game on time because Steam is not pushing."
Yeah, like you said earlier, like you only have a couple.
Characters.
So
Blake
definitely wasn't Steve's fault.
By the way, Blake Philly's in here. Please don't attack anyone.
No one's. I don't think you don't have to say that unless you know people will attack people. I was just like, I don't know.
I think they chose the words poorly.
It's more of like, hey, we fucked up, but we're not going to own up to it. So let's push the blame on. Not really push the blame, but let's make it for sure that it's not our fault. Kind of talk, you know what I mean?
Well, whenever you say something's bureaucratic, you're illustrating to other people that, well, I'm trying to get the thing done, but I'm being tied up by rules that don't make sense. Because that's all we ever say when we talk about bureaucracy. It's always in a negative light. So yeah, I do think so. I guess the topic of our stream today is community management.
Oh man!
Because we'll be talking about Doc later, and this right here is them kind of failing at it because they have a very big community. This is pretty much the Game Grumps community, and a lot of them weren't too happy about it. Oh God, there's this again.
Okay, I see it now.
I will say I wish that when I become a developer, I have a community that's completely understanding when I fuck up.
Oh yeah, me too. Man.
I will say,
have that right now.
Like, I'm sticking to it. I think they still messed up, and they messed up twice. They're lucky that their community is so understanding. a majority of game communities are not going to give them the type of benefit of the doubt.
This is to say, I hope in my future that I'm lucky enough to mess up twice and have everybody be on my side because they don't know what's going on. Yeah, I was gonna say I would love to have. I want to say people are ignorant, but just like an audience that just doesn't really know what's going on. You know what I mean?
So Spoon says being open about your mess ups helps.
Yes, and this would make it a lot better for me. Like at the end of the day, I don't think they care. They sold like 50-something thousand copies, but if they just said, "Hey, we messed up," not Steam messed up,
or bureaucracy's doing this, or hey, because I know on that Wednesday they were still they finally got their. Okay, so here. We'll have a very focused conversation right here. So I know for a fact they didn't have their build done until that Wednesday. So whenever you have your final build, you have to do a test pass traditionally to make sure that the build works correctly. So Lewis, explain to me why Steam was unable to publish the game when like Steam it's just like, okay Steam, now we're ready. Just click the button and turn it on. So why didn't it work that way?
I'm assuming what happens is no one was there, right? I'm trying to figure out.
It was in the evening. That game did come out during the day.
Yeah, I didn't want to speak too much on behalf of what I've done before, but I'm assuming they're doing it so last minute that they're like, "Hey, can you please do this?" And Steam was like, "Yo, we are humans too. We're not in the office,"
right?
Or something like that. And like I said, I don't know what actually happened, but I feel like it came down to we're still working on the build the day of or the day before, and we're trying to push it out. Like instead of giving it a couple days to push out, we're just trying to push it out at the moment. But they got their Steam review stuff out, which is good.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about how good the game was, as well.
I realized like the review copies out, which let me look at the Steam Spy isn't like the most accurate thing ever, but actually no, I lied. Owners they're saying about 31,000. That's pretty good. I haven't heard bad things about it, other than like the Saddleful Boy from Wrong.
Sim Tank brought up, if you recall, Steam doesn't really care that much. They'll just push whatever you send them. True.
That is true.
A lot of broken games have been published on Steam, but I think the ability for them to expedite a game to be published on their store is a bit difficult.
Negative comments. Sorry, I'm looking at the Steam store page about this. I'll put it in the chat. I'm sure they made their money.
What was that?
What's up?
Somebody knock on the door.
I heard a knock. I'll serve somebody like outside my window. That'd be pretty cool.
Was it a package?
I'll just see a raid. In real life.
Okay. Sorry. I thought I was getting raided right now. I was like, oh god.
Like, yo, rip.
Is it a package for me? It's for you. Okay. I ordered something too.
Did you order something for me?
I think I just ordered for me, but I put your name and address on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought you were about to watch the Twitch raid in real life, dude.
That was like whatever person that was like knocked really fucking hard, and I was like, oh god. It's like I'm getting Twitch rated. I'm not even anybody.
That's my dream. Dude, no, I'm kidding. That's terrible. Let me give. All right, so back.
Sorry, continue it. I'm off track.
Yeah, sorry. I see two negative things. It seems like the total reviews are very positive. I'm cautious about that because this is a Game Grumps game, and blind fellowship. Well, it's not blind fellowship. What is the thing?
What the heck? Why are the top reviews negative?
It's Steam. Steam's review system is dumb.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say a blind following, but there's definitely a bias if you're a fan of something.
Right.
Let's take the first one. Let's look at what Sophia/Disappointment said. About this game because I have much love and majesty for Game Goats. However, I want to give it 100% honest review. The game is extremely short. I was actually afraid about that. I was like, yo, dating simulators aren't that long unless they're really good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
Moon played it on Steam. He felt the North Korean sim was better. Isn't that game free as well? By the way, I don't know if you know about this dating sim. There's a North Korean dating sim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I've seen people cosplay from it actually.
But continue reading on that.
Sorry. This game is extremely short in the sense it lacks any real spark on some dates. It can be rather boring. Quite upsetting that you only get 3 short dates. Oh.
What?
Oh, what? How long is the content? I might want to pick this up. I don't want to spend $15 for 3 dates. Holy jeez. The game is not worth. So it makes me very upset as a fellow Grump fan to say I don't think this game is worth $15. That's a discussion of perceived value, but hey, that's another talk.
Yo, dog. To end on the good note, here we go. So this is going to illustrate my thing about
there you go.
the community.
I just got to it.
From what I see on the reviews, the people who aren't a fan keep feeling like the writing isn't up to par.
Sounds about right. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true.
Man, I don't want to be that person that's hating on the community. I'm not hating on them, but I feel like that they have such a clear bias that they're wanting to buy this game.
Dude,
so in regards to community management, good fucking job on them. You can rally people to buy a product that you sell that may not be up to par as other games. So right here, amazing puns, amazing art. That's good. Amazing ads, personalities. They're all unique and have varied styles. Amazing team and crew. Which
are they referring to the team and crew that worked on the game? Or?
Yeah. Okay. Which I think that's interesting that that's being brought up because what about it is amazing.
I don't know. They delayed.
I mean, technically it would be the first 3 bullet points. So, I think that they're excited to support them.
Yeah,
and that's what it was. And so good on the community for doing that.
Yeah, like I said, there are so many people, so many companies that would love to have a community like this where you can. Like I said, I haven't played the game, so this is just speculation. But if I'm reading these reviews correctly, it's not the best game ever made. It's like it's a par, I guess, for the course. It's like a game. Which is fine.
I think that really covers it and wraps that up. We talked about that second delay and
it is kind of
how well the game did.
They had delayed again.
But hey, they got the game out. The game's selling well on Steam.
People can't say that. I was going to say a lot of people can't say that.
Congratulations to those guys. They did a good job, at least recovering from a lot of that stuff. So. Good stuff.
Yeah, I hope they take these lessons and put on. I feel like their next game hopefully will be
better.
Decent. They won't run into it'll be an issue if they do a next game.
Well, they'll know how Steam works. They're gonna know how doing proper testing works. Which was funny because in one of their videos they talked Vernon was like, "Oh yeah, I've got a notepad writing down all the stuff that I could be seeing." So. There's that. So that's done. I think we're going to close the book on this topic. But let's talk about the main reason why we're here today.
Ooh. Let me tell you about the good stuff.
Oh, not Poopy Queen. We're here for my boy, the Doc.
She's pretty cool.
I mean, Poopy Queen's all right. We're here for my boy, the Doc. The slickest daddies.
So this wasn't an episode and a half this week. I think it started Tuesday or Monday?
I think it started Monday. It was a Sunday ordeal, and then I believe I was told about it on Monday.
4 days ago is Tuesday.
Oh no, I'm not trying to share this. Okay, we're gonna play this video. Sorry, you can't hear it, Lewis.
No, I've seen this video.
Why is it not playing? All right.
Oh, here, I'll tell. NT, we're gonna go find a car, okay, NT?
Excuse me. I had some pizza before this, so body's like, yo, you had pizza?
Yeah, fuck you. He ate pizza. So what we're seeing here, is Doc was streaming some PUBG with 2 other big streamers, and they got a motorcycle with 3 seats, and Doc decided just to kill the random guy, so they don't have to find another vehicle for him.
Have we confirmed if it's a super random person? It wasn't a streamer, right?
No.
If it was a streamer, they would have posted that immediately. So this was just straight up a random that just was in the game.
He was not AFK. He just fucking killed the guy.
Yeah, the situation was they had a 3-seater bike. There's 4 of them. And I think one of them said, hey, we'll go find something else.
Yeah.
And along the lines, he turned, shot him, looked straight from the eyes, shot him, killed him, took his stuff. And you can see the other streamers are like, oh, you can't do that.
So, in response, player unknown.
I think he was watching, right?
I believe somebody knew because immediately after the Doc had a ban, and so shit, you know what?
Let me look it up. I'm trying to figure out the exact moment that happened, but
here I'll pull the video of him actually finding out he got banned.
I'm not.
So this is, I believe, this is the game after. Boom.
Not yet.
Oh, there it is. You've been
banned in the middle of the street.
Reconnect secure. What does that mean? But yeah,
wait a minute, I have
there's
been
no way he
banned.
would have gotten away with it. He brings in 20,000 viewers easily. So he's a face of Twitch, as he says.
Well, I would call him an A-tier streamer now. He rakes in he can rake in 15 playing anything he wants. He'll rake in about 20 plus, 20k plus playing PUBG. Pretty intense. Actually, there was a yesterday, the other day, Summit was streaming with only 13K viewers, and Doc had 25.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Summit's one of the. What do you consider him? An A plus or an
Oh
S?
yeah. Oh, he's one of the big streamers.
Would Lyric be like
I think Lyric would be like one of the few people above him.
Yeah.
Anyways, Doc's a big deal with the PUBG community. He got banned, so they snipe banned him. I believe there was no report. I mean, that's what they call in League. They call it snipe banning.
Snipe ban, yeah.
They straight up banned him because they saw that happened.
Yeah.
Doc checked Twitter, and it says, player unknown. He just kind of said this neutrally. If you break the rules in PUBG, no matter who you are, you're gonna have a bad time. Doc replies to that. I'll break the rules anytime, anywhere I go, and I'll look good doing it. PUBG replies, well, in my house, you follow the rules or get the fuck out. And so this is what caused, it's pretty funny banter, and then it escalated a little more.
If I can do the splits, I'll kick you in the neck. Since I kick, I'll just front kick you in the chest. Lightning.
So Doc got banned. Doc got banned for it. And there was some stuff that was said. The player unknown himself went on to do a big tweet about how he had been kicked in the chest previously, and it, quote, triggered him, like triggered a memory where his head got busted through like a glass door or something like that, from this altercation he had with a flatmate. And so I feel like that they've been spinning it where they're talking about words of violence in the online gaming community. But the thing that makes it weird is that this is a character that's played that's known for his penchant for violence.
Yes.
So how do we? So what's with that? Was that appropriate? First of all, let's just discuss this. Was it appropriate to ban him?
Oh yeah, yes. He, according to the TOS Battlegrounds, I believe. Which one is it? Oh, dude, you can't stream site. That's number 11. Do not team kill. There is no excuse for non-accidental team kills. If your team is breaking the rules, report them to us instead. So
yeah, and so they have a report system to handle
according
that.
to the rule, it is fair for him to be banned because there is evidence of him randomly team killing somebody. And then, interesting enough, I found number 12 is you can't stream snipe.
And that happens all the time.
I don't know how you report that, but that's another topic.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think the Doc should have been banned for that. Oh, we got an image.
Yeah.
What's my partner got?
Scoop.
If you don't want to be grieved, then turn off auto matchmaking. Plain and simple. As I said once again, he was always away from his friends. The T carriers is an 8v8 map. If he wanted to go without his friends, he could have gone away, but he didn't. He turned around, went to the T carrier, killed him, quit the game. He also broke the rules. Oh, yeah. So for team killing.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's true. So okay. Well, let's
squad. You can turn off auto matchmaking. You can go into 4. I think you can go into squad with 3 people. You can actually go into squad with 2. So they did initiate that they wanted a random on their team.
Interesting.
Yeah. I keep forgetting you can turn that off. Yeah, so he intentionally team killed somebody for the 3rd seat, took his stuff.
Yeah. And so
the responsibility is turned off. Yeah, you can turn off auto matchmaking.
Which I do all the time. I'd rather be in a 3s than with a 4s with one rando. I think that the ban was appropriate. I think that I don't know how to feel about snipe banning. I always feel like if you put a system in place to deal with toxicity in a game, if the system the system should work, it should you should let the system work itself. The argument is that he has 20 some odd thousand people watching him do stuff like that, and that kind of paints a bad picture. That's true, but at the same time, it's kind of the argument of violent video games make people violent. If they see him do it, then they're all gonna do it.
Well, yeah. My thing out of that one is I see just PUBG not caring how big you are, which is pretty cool. There are a lot of games.
Yep, that's cool.
And I would even say Twitch would let the rule slide by just because you're a bigger streamer.
Of course.
And it's been done many times. Arceus live stream fail is a really good Reddit if you want to see just straight up the TOS being broken and nothing happening to them because they're a big streamer. So like, get on PUBG to be like, hey, we already made $100 million. I wouldn't say they don't care what he thinks, but at the same time, it's like, we can. If you do something wrong, we'll ban you no matter what.
So
which I guess is a good and bad thing. We'll come to that later.
So let's talk about another situation that came up that was similar to Doc's. There was a situation where, fuck, is this it? A player got banned for defending himself against a team killer. So we had a threes and a random guy, or I don't know if it was a threes or not, but anyways, a random guy started team killing, and he turned around and he killed the team killer.
Yes.
Now, he was also banned along with the other guy. And Crybuckets here had given us an image of PUBG, of a response to, I don't know, is this PUBG official? If you could let me know, that'd be awesome. The response is, if you don't want people team killing you, just don't have auto matchmaking, which is which I agree is ridiculous, because
but at the same time,
you shouldn't ban. So it is PUBG official. You banning people for retaliating against TKers, I think it's a bit ridiculous, because it's different when it's unprovoked versus when you're just doing it because someone else is killing you.
Something is if something's to you, you shouldn't tell people to suck it. Yeah, like turning off, like I shouldn't have to turn off matchmaking so I don't get team kills. You know what I mean? Like that's not a good response. But at the same
so it looks
time,
bad on PR.
It looks bad on PR. It's really weird because community manager wise, I don't know who the community manager of PUBG is. Is it?
I think it's Poopy Queen.
It's Poopy Queen, but also the
lead community
player
manager
unknown is also tweeting, not on behalf of the game, but at the same time it kind of is, because you are the creator of it, one of the developers on it. So anything you say could reflect the game, whether you like it or not.
When was this? This was in July 18th.
What's that? 18th?
It seems like it was a separate matter. Poopy Queen was bringing up banning community. That's gonna look bad on your PR. He's the face of the company. I agree.
Whether you like it or not.
It
sucks. It shouldn't be that way, but I mean, not even. I would say a month or two ago, he wasn't making that many tweets. Now he's just like tweeting like crazy. He's showing that he's at like DreamHack and stuff. He's coming out of a show, which is really cool. But like, you have to understand that now that you're the face of something, whether you like it or not, your thing's going to be seen as like speaking for the game, speaking for the community.
And so we have this weird issue where they're having to deal with banning people and the systems that they've implemented and the way that the community management has gone around to addressing it. I will say it's interesting that Player Unknown decided to start chiming in, like you said, and then he made it a kind of a thing about words of violence. I think that because Doc is a character, he says that he's also a Slick Daddy Club member. So if you're a sub, you're part of the Slick Daddy Club. I'm a sub. He's like the only person I sub to. And you're buying into the character because the guy, he lauds himself as the back-to-back 1993-1994 two-time world blockbuster NBA Jam champion of the online gaming community. He's a killer. It's so ridiculous. I mean, the guy's Andy Kaufman on Twitch. He's a WWE wrestler for nerds. He does ridiculous shit that no one actually does. I mean, and the guy actually Guy, the guy who plays Dr. Disrespect. Yes, the tweets happened after the ban. So the Player Unknown was trying to justify the ban with his past experience with his roommate. No, Player Unknown brought up an issue where he felt very offended by being told that Doc said, if I could do the splits, I'd roundhouse kick you in the neck, but instead, I'll just front kick you in the chest instead, lightning. So he was talking about how offended he was over it because he felt threatened, or not threatened, but he said it triggered a thing where he got kicked in the chest once and he got his head busted through like a glass door. And so Player Unknown kind of turned it into this thing about, I don't want to be that guy and say like, oh, he made it kind of a pity party, because if he really had a traumatic experience, I understand. But at the same time, with the context of, because like anyone that wasn't part of like the Slick Daddy Club or the Twitch community immediately thinks Dr. Disrespect is a fucking asshole. I don't
Yeah,
think he
I was
is
just saying,
because
yeah.
he's playing a character, and I know a lot of people are saying playing a character is not justification for being mean, but his character is so playfully a bully that you cannot take anything he says seriously. That's like getting mad about a political cartoon. I mean, it's like censoring humor kind of to a degree.
It might have taken the ban. Like the ban, regardless, was the right thing.
Justified,
to do. Might have
100%.
taken- Personally, like I said, now that you're the face of PUBG, your response.
Well, you are PUBG.
Yeah, you are PUBG. Like he could have. Like there are two options. He could have just not said anything. Like most, I would assume most companies or community management would have just not responded, or at least played along with it.
Exactly, and he escalated it.
If did he knew what Dr. Disrespect was about? Like, it seemed like he might have not known. Like, that's just his character. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh, high octane violence, whatever.
Like it's hilarious because he's talking shit to the company that he makes most of his money off of, technically.
Yeah, but I might chalk this up to like he just didn't know that that was just being a character. You know what I mean? And,
despite being a Slick Daddy Club member, like yeah.
Yeah.
That's just it's weird,
and it's like but now it brings up the question like, is it just like a one rule fits all thing? Because like you said earlier, the guy defended himself.
So this
and got banned.
This tweet has everything to do with the ban, actually. This tweet came out shortly after Doc was banned. Doc found it, replied, and then they had this conversation. To me, it feels similar to the plays of Julius Caesar that substitute the current POTUS. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it does. I think that it was harmless. I don't like what happened was there was this coalition that came together to really like be like, oh, he's a jerk, this is not okay, violence on the internet. Like this conversation sparked up over something that was not actually violent. There was no imminent threat. I would even say that it's not even a threat because it's him playing his character. He says this shit to everybody. He's not someone that clearly has an issue. So like I was about to bring up before I actually went to Blake's or I'm sorry, Spoon's like thing. He was a community manager for Sledgehammer. So the guy who plays him was a community manager. And then he went on, I believe, to do level design for Call of Duty as well. I don't know if it's necessarily totally harmless, but it shows to me that there's clear misunderstanding of the character and what's going on.
Okay,
I think so. And I don't think that they played it off right. I think the community management kind of failed to address it correctly.
Sorry, not to interrupt. Just I found out that Player Unknown did. She said I may to respond to his Dr. Disrespect thing. He understood it was a joke. However, the others may not. And I was like, okay, so he understood that was a joke.
Yeah, and he did say that specifically. It's not like he's out to get Doc in that long tweet. But like, I'm gonna give him that benefit of the doubt. He did say he's not trying to like fuck him over, but he's like, hey, watch out, violence on the internet. Which throws me off since the community should know who the Doc is, but again, not everyone does. Not everyone's on Twitch.
You'd be surprised what someone knows and what someone doesn't know, or their position they're at.
Lol, if you don't know who Doc is and can't tell he does nothing but jokes, yikes.
Yikes. Well, here's the thing, like you were pointing at it earlier, like I'm pretty sure both parties knew it was a joke, but as an outside viewer, I think Player Unknown might have done more harm than good. Because at the end of the day, everybody won from this, regardless of what side you're on. But
yeah, Doc got a lot of subs, got a lot of donations. By the way, this quote is fucking hilarious. Stick to modding the Doc.
There was I think I was watching his stream yesterday, and he
God damn it.
or something, but he was like, we should be focused on instead of glass doors, legacy. And I was like, oh geez, y'all know who he's talking about. I was like, and that was like part of his character. And I'm like, man. So yeah, like you said earlier, I'm pretty sure both sides, like at the end of the day, it brought up so much traffic to this thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of dust kicked up. You said that there was there's a bunch of articles on all the game networks, but you said there was one on
NBC, and I was like, really, NBC put it up? I'll drop a link in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta refresh the page. Just like NBC, like it didn't seem like they knew what they're. Well, I guess they knew what they were talking about, but at the same time, it's like they're trying to explain something to the average person.
Oh
But yeah, if it
gosh.
gets to
I'm keeping ad blocker on.
CNBC,
Okay.
yeah.
So, online
Talking
fight
about
between
it.
Doctor Disrespect and creator of $100 million title captivates gaming world.
Online fight. And then I think PewDiePie even chimed in too as a joke. Was like, "Oh man, he must have been playing too many of those violent video games." Like, and the biggest thing is like I applaud them for banning.
Yeah, it's a hard move to do. That's a hard move to do to ban someone big like that.
Like I said, there are a lot of companies who won't do it. You can even see it on Twitch themselves. There are people. If you're big enough, you can kind of just not have to follow the rules, you know.
So,
But since PUBG, the fact that they put their foot down is pretty cool. I don't like the one rule for all thing.
yeah,
like-
we have moments like the article that was about the PKKer where they're like killing people for team killing.
Yeah, and he got banned too, which is like I guess it is. I kind of follow the philosophy of it. You got to have it one way. It has to be one way. It can't be like there's exceptions to the rule. I guess. Like I do understand why they're like if you kill even a defender yourself, you're still banned because there's just no gray area, and it's good to not to have any gray area to rules. But in that case, it's like really like maybe they should add an amendment to the rule. It's like, hey, if you're doing it to defend yourself, it's okay because
They need a
if we're
better
doing-
ban system.
yeah, if they're doing that, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just took that to their own hands. Was like, hey, every time I get in the game, I'm just gonna kill somebody,
So,
regardless. You know what I mean?
so with all this backlash from the community management, maybe Player Unknown was just trying to raise awareness about violence, like actual threats of violence.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it was. It wasn't no. He didn't do it in spite of.
As long as it's not
disrespect.
malicious team killing, is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know accidental team kills don't count. I think it's specifically.
Oh yeah, there's so many times I've like accidentally sprayed in a room with full of smoke and killed my teammates, or like I accidentally drove my car, or the car flipped over and it killed my
So
teammates.
someone asked if TKing someone that disconnects for their items, and they said that it's fine.
That's fine.
But how would they know?
How would they know? Oh, I guess if there's a big old X, right?
Right.
But it doesn't come up immediately. It comes up.
That's right, Spoons. You've never done that.
I've done that, man. But
That's really
Yeah.
strange that they can draw that line in the sand, but they're incapable of saying, well, team killing a guy who's going around killing your own teammates is not okay. It's clear that they're not having discussions, or now they are probably.
Oh, yeah.
They
Maybe they
weren't
are.
having discussions about how their ban system work and what constitutes a ban,
I
or
think
like
there's
what should cause a ban in the first place.
well, yeah, I guess this whole situation is good now because it's such a big streamer that got banned that they at least people are talking about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm assuming they banned people before this, but now that like someone as big as Doctor Suspect that ban, maybe there should be talks about hey, how should the rule actually be?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think PlayerUnknown's PR is decent. I don't think that they're.
Oh, no.
I think now that this is kind of blown over, this is good press for them. Doc won. I think everyone won
everybody-
from this in the end of the day.
Everybody won from this. Yeah, no. Player Unknown about the game's already winning. Straight like
Yeah,
the
it's
fact
more
that
press.
this indie game is making 100 million plus and it's caught the eyes of like Ubisoft trying to at least compete with it. That's a plus in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not.
This
gonna
is
win.
just like the results of having a really big game.
Yeah, it is. And so let's talk about what's happened since then. I believe the Doc has
Talk made a new account.
Doc made a new count called Glassdoor,
Glassdoor.
which is a reference to the door in which PlayerUnknown had his head bust through.
I was like, I think
It's pretty
funny 'cause
irreverent.
It's part of his character. Like if I was looking into it as an outsider, I think that'd be pretty harsh. But I've seen the streams before, and it's just part of the character.
I do
there are a
hope
lot
that
of
maybe.
arguments.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, there are a lot of arguments saying that he shouldn't have banned him because he's such a big streamer and he brings in a lot of people to the game. Let me see if
That's
I can
not
find those tweets. And I was like, I don't think that's a good excuse to not get banned. And like I said, 30K compared to 5 million isn't a lot. if you know what I mean. Like I'm sure the team is making revenue not from Dr. Disrespect. I just saw a ton of arguments. They're like, hey, why'd you ban him? He's such a big part of your community. And it's like, it just goes back to I applaud the team for putting the foot down on somebody, no matter how big they are.
I think it's nice for people to know that a game developers are willing to stick up for the community, not for opportunity. Dr. Disrespect has his own. Wait, I'm sorry. Getting him banned makes me feel like game companies willing to protect the average player. Exactly, and that's what I was going into. Right, is that the game developers are invested in the player community. They're not worried about making money, and honestly, they're at a point where they don't need to. I'm sure they've recouped all their development costs despite being in early access, and then some.
Yeah, they're still going to be sold.
And they're willing to do these things, take these risks. I think that they overreacted a little bit, but but the action itself of banning him was appropriate. And
like I said, I'll keep bringing Twitch up. Twitch is a really big platform. They won't ban people that make mistakes. You know what I mean?
And that was a good PR move on PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, because showing that you're willing to ban big guys like the Doc in order to make sure that people understand playing like an asshole and a shithead is not okay.
It's not okay. Yeah,
that's awesome. Now, whether or not they like go way crazy on it, like where they just keep snipe banning people, I think there's a point where you have to create a system in which the players can govern themselves, or they can do most of the legwork. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna have to go in and intervene every once in a while, but
there should be an in-game report system. Have you ever
I don't think they don't have one, because Poopy Queen talked about we'll implement an in-game system until then, or an in-game system until then. Please report cheaters users on our forums, which is it's really hard. It's really hard to make people even vote for their fucking president. So I can't even imagine how hard it is for people to want to do that. So what's the issue with snipe banning?
Snipe banning? What is that? That's when you just... So he got banned without getting a notice, right?
So when you take it upon yourself to ban somebody, but like someone in the community didn't care to ban him, or to like... Yeah, he was caught violating terms of service. That's true.
He was... There's evidence for it. He just got...
I'm not a fan of snipe banning, particularly because if you and the game's early access, so maybe like in this case it was okay, but like if this becomes a thing where they're having to constantly just go through and just banning people, there have been cases. I mean, Tyler 1's not like the best example, but like there have been times where like that guy is not actually playing like an asshole and he just got banned anyways.
It's like.
He's like an edge case, and to be honest, he kind of deserves to be banned, even though he made a new account. Because I think he as a person, as a human being, got banned from League of Legends, period, for a while.
So like, snipe banning can be used in a negative way. Like, hey, if you send enough reports without, like, you can just randomly. Let's say League of Legends. If you get 4 people to ban somebody for no reason, it might just go through the system. That guy might have just got like 4 of your team has decided just to ban or to report this one dude.
All right, so I'm going to bring up this link that was sent on. So, hi, thank you for submitting a report. I'd like to inform you that the user you report has been temporarily banned. Yeah. According to the rules of conduct, you were given a 3-day.
Next time, don't kill him. Just did it. Ooh, yeah, I think that's what I was referring to earlier. It was just like, yeah, it sucks.
Thank you for keeping this community clean by reporting players, but fuck you.
Like, hey, there's no.
Like he reported the player anyways. You know, like how can he get in trouble for that?
Well, it's because he killed somebody. Like I said, like they have the rules. There's no gray area. It's just you team kill.
Well, there is
on purpose.
There is a gray area, right? Because you can kill a player who's AFK.
Yeah, no, but the rule itself is just do not team kill. Oh, that's right. There's no excuse for non-accidental team kill. But it's where in the TOS says it's okay to kill somebody.
So non-accidental, accidental team kill is fine. So if it's clearly malicious team kill, why is snipe banning a bad thing? Would it be better to get a notification /warning?
Oh, it's not a system put in there.
Yeah, the system's not there.
Snipe banning, I don't know. It could be used for bad. It can be used for good.
I just don't like that. I'll be honest. It's a personal thing. You know, if someone actually is banned or is actually breaking TOS and they get banned, you cannot fight that. There's no reason to.
Straight up.
Consistency with your own rules is very important for your community. Yeah.
Of course.
That's also very true. So when we have... okay, so 1, yes, snipe banning I don't like, but it's not wrong. 2...
It can be used for bad, but...
Consistency for rules is very good for the community because they don't feel like they're being... wrongly banned when this guy got away with this and this happened. It doesn't feel right. So you can kill. So let's talk about some gray areas. So you can kill people on accident.
Yeah,
It happens.
it's just like
You can,
but
kill someone that's
literally
AFK apparently.
it's
you
not on
can
the TOS though about killing someone that's AFK is okay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so these things are not defined. And so I think that's fucked up that guy got banned for killing a TKer.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, that's really fucked. Like I said, they have to. I would like to see them add an amendment to it. Like, hey, unless somebody, there's no excuse for non-accidental team killing. But if someone's coming at you trying to kill you and ruin your day, you should be allowed to like stop that.
Yeah, do you just roll over?
Yeah.
You know?
You just say like, oh, all that work I did today, sorry, one dude wanted to be an asshole, so
Like-
I have to deal with it. Like I have to just sit there and just have it happen to me. You know what I mean?
Like I who cares if you kill a guy who's breaking rules? That's the thing.
it
It's like
should be-
what is it enforcing when you ban a guy that was TKing? Like what are you trying to say?
Pretty much, yeah. Like this report that's on the screen, it's just saying, hey, yeah, if you're getting team killed, don't do anything. Let the guy have his fun. Let him ruin your day, or let them ruin your day, and then just submit a report. And I'm like, I wouldn't like that. If someone came up and team killed me, I'd be super salty. Now I almost won't want to play the game for the rest of the day. I mean, they already have my money. I don't think they care if I stop playing. But
Yeah.
it just doesn't set a good precedence.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really dumb.
Like you can bust the system. You can just have like an account. The game's only $30. You can buy multiple accounts, right? And then just go around team killing. And if no one can do anything about it, you just get banned for 3 days.
I was accidentally attacked by a teammate with a pan while in a vehicle. I didn't die, but should I be able to TK him since he attacked me? Who's the judge to say it's
who's the
accidental or not?
Yeah. What constitutes as an accidental kill? You know what I mean? Like, since accidental makes it kind of a gray area. We all know that Dr. Disrespect straight up killed him. But
that
what
was.
if he was, my mouse broke, and I killed him? That's accidental, right?
Well, we saw on stream. It's hard to lie with your face. So
it's an if statement, like more of like an alternative. Like it's different situation. Like what if I accidentally killed somebody? Wink, wink, because my mouse broke at that moment. You know what I mean? Like who is it that he brought up? Spoons brings up a good point. Who's the judge that it's accidental or not?
yeah,
It's all about context and right. So
and it's not easy. It's easy to criticize. I mean, it's easy for us to criticize these people.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not.
I think
guess
that
that's-
they need to figure that out. I think whoever made that judgment call to ban him did a misjudge. Wait, let's see. The community is asking for a way to leave your squad mid-game. Do you think that is a solution?
Yeah, you can leave whenever though, right? You can,
To leave your squad mid-game?
as in like get out of your squad during mid game, like just be in the game still, but leave your squad. So I feel like that can result in some really sketchy times. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, hey,
what'd be wrong with that? Actually, that's a good point. Like, so you would just leave? Like, you'd go rogue? Like, you'd go solo, right?
yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Are you saying like if you play in the game, you're in the game, you jump off the plane, and you're just like, hey, I just want to leave my squad, and then you're still in the
Okay.
game, but you're on your own.
Okay,
squad?
so you're on your
just
own.
your own person. Yeah.
I
My issue
think-
with that is like I can see this happening. We're all looting, we're all doing pretty good, and then I'm just like, I'm gonna leave and kill these guys. Leave, kill them. They didn't see it coming. That sucks.
Okay, so the conversation in chat is that result in a lot more team killing, I think.
Yeah.
Just not
maybe-
technically.
If they got a notification
and then
the player's going rogue, that'd be cool.
maybe if the current
But,
squad
like-
got a notification the player's going rogue and was given a warning.
But like, here's the thing: like, how much time do you have from getting that notification to that guy's pointing the game? He already has his gun pointed at your head, and it's just like, leave, kill.
Free kills, easy way to boost stats. It also actually
Yeah.
does. It causes like emergent gameplay in a bad way, where
Mm-hmm.
like you're always having to like play werewolf. Like you're worried about like, oh, like when's this guy gonna betray me? I don't think that's a part of the game that they want.
I feel like you should be
interesting.
able to leave your squad though. Like, hey, I feel like there should be a better system to make teams and stuff, but it is an early access game, and I guess the current system of just picking your friends up is fine. But
Like maybe you can leave your squad if you're X distance away. Like the option's grayed out until you're far enough away to where like they'll blip out the map and they can be gone. Like you'd have
might
to
be
run
good.
away from them, because Spoons is right. if you're right next to him and then you just check
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say,
box, boom, 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 3 kills.
Yeah,
Pad
I
your-
would personally
pad your
just
stats.
loot with these guys, say I'm their friend, and then just immediately
But-
it has to send them a notification that I'm leaving their squad, and in
Now-
that time I can just shoot you and take your stuff.
Is that a good solution for
For the team killing?
a small problem like that? Because to be honest, a lot of people, myself included, don't really play with randoms that often.
No, I will turn off my auto matchmaking. I actually have not had a bad game with randoms.
I'd rather play with 3 than 4.
Yeah. Most of the time, most of the randoms I played with actually communicated well. But
Yeah, me too.
like,
I've had some good
I was
ones.
like, I don't. But like, I played Overwatch. Like, I go in with duos or I guess not trios.
You don't
Whatever
play
that word is.
Overwatch. You just wear that hat.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like when I did competitive, I stopped playing because you can just I don't like playing with randoms because you don't know how like they'll just be toxic or they'll just you can't control toxicity. Like it's not in your control. So that's when I play PUBG. I don't have auto matchmaking on. Not that I believe every person I'm paired over is going to be toxic, but since there's a chance that they can be, I'd rather just control that and then just keep it to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That sucks that the answer is, well, then just...
One of the big arguments is like, hey, just turn off team killing.
I don't like the answer.
I don't like that answer. I
Unfortunately,
feel
to
like that
play at a
would change the
disadvantage
game.
because of that. I completely
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a mode where team killing, if like that was an option for custom games, sure, that's fine. But the main mode, it would take away from the core of the game. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's realistic, but the fact that you can kill your teammates is pretty important.
No friendly fire server. I think that
Yeah,
that
would
could be an option. I think that takes away some of the fun in the game.
But if you give it as a choice, then it's like you can choose to be in the friendly fire server or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can make that decision. It won't affect your game if you don't play it. Just like the first person mod, I can't wait for it because personally, I hate the third person idea where
Yeah,
I
but
just turn into
it's too contextual.
yeah, it's like if I turn into hey, I'm behind this wall, you're behind that wall. I can see you can see me, but we're not going to shoot each other because it's or like my favorite was when I'm going to get third place because someone was prone like behind a hill and they can see over the hill and shoot me, and I'm like, yeah, the first person mode would be great. It won't affect people who want the third person mode because they won't play on the first person server. You know what I mean? So if they did a no friendly fire server, if you don't want to get team killed, I guess that's like the best option.
It's true.
Yeah. And there's no player collision with teammates, right?
Do you think there's player collision?
Oh, I can see some
Wait,
troll
wait.
setups, though.
What game?
Yes.
I'm sorry. In what regards? I
what's
thought
up?
in PUBG. You mean right?
Yeah, PUBG. If there's if there's a no
there's
friendly
player
fire
collision.
server with player collision, I can see somebody getting trapped in a corner. But that doesn't.
How about this?
Killing.
Do you think this is the solution lies in the community, the gameplay, or something else? Like, do we need to change the way the game plays to fix a small problem, or do we need to change the way their rules are and the way they approach these situations?
I think
Because ultimately we can talk about a lot of different things, but ultimately the problem is that people are getting like that guy got banned, and a lot of people would just like say that was unjust.
That's fair. Mhm.
Determining
Somehow
self-defense is labor intensive. Really?
Ooh, let me get this image.
Okay,
So am I in the wrong here? I have 2 people team killing. Good point.
so they both have video of 2 people team killing. Both get to ban as they both broke the rules. Admins can't start watching the entire game to see if that guy was originally team killed. Had teased the team killer for the entire game. The evidence they have is 2 people team killing. Good point. Yep. Like you could say, just watch the entire game. Support is not free. Basically, they can't.
Yeah,
make
that is
exceptions
true.
to the rule.
Like I said, I do agree. Like I that is my philosophy that a rule is a rule no matter what, which is lame because there has to be gray. Pretty much like player unknowns is right. You did team kill. You should get banned. Like you did break TOS, you get banned. No ifs, ands, no buts. That makes things a lot easier. Now, is it fair? I don't think it's fair.
How much?
Yeah, that's a
effort's
big thing too.
required?
20.
Yeah.
It's like I don't like League of Legends has its own support team, like people who read the hundreds of thousands of reports that come in and have to figure out who's lying and who isn't. But like I don't know how big Bluehost Studio is. If it's just like that small team of 12, I don't know their team size, but it's not a big team. Yeah, there's no way they can go through like 300,000 players and decide if the thing is fair or not.
Let me ask
So
you
I guess
this
that's why the
question.
rule is so blank or straight face. What's up?
Let me ask you this question. So we talked about how I don't like snipe banning.
Yeah.
But so and this is on principle. Like
Yeah.
it makes sense that Doc got snipe banned and like this one wasn't treated with the same level of caution. But just on purely on principle, how come they can't, like someone posts a video and they go, "Sorry, you're banned." Sorry, yeah, we saw the video, but you're also banned. Why can that level of like caution be given, especially when this thing blew up? You know, the honestly, one of the things they could have done would have been like, "Hey, sorry about that. Here you go." But maybe that would set a precedent. Maybe that would be a precedent for people. Like they weren't doing that because that set a precedent for like, oh, well then like everyone's gonna send fucking videos and show this and that and like and then fake like make shit up constantly.
I don't know. Maybe they just need to work on their community management. I don't know how big their community management team is. Hopefully they get bigger. The game sold millions of copies, but
hey, in the future, don't TK a TKer.
yeah, I think if they could just put that in the rule, like just 11 dot whatever, you can't TK a TKer or just something like that. Just straight up just say in your TOS, like this would be super solved if they just either added to the rule just like no matter what, even if if someone's team King you, you can't TK them. That'd be fine. That would just solve the issue. It's not fair. Hey, what up? But like,
Keep up,
I still don't think it's fair. But at the same time, it is the rules. And if we really wanted something to happen, like I'm glad these talks are happening and people are bringing it up. Maybe they will change it. Maybe if enough people like state their reasoning or their concerns about this, they would like. I feel like since the fact that they ban disrespect is. They show us that like, hey, they will listen to us, kind of thing. They will stand up for the average player.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It just really sucks that hey, don't TKer.
You can't TK in general. Like no
hey,
team killing.
by the way, hey, dude, this is proof. What the fuck? Sorry.
Yeah.
I think if there's a conversation with customer service about that and whoever or customer service community, I don't know, like maybe their team's not big enough to handle what's going on because this game's been blowing up. They don't have time to create all like, the departments. I was gonna say like, but
small team like that cannot handle 3 million copies.
I kind of wish that when something like this happens, they go, "Hey, that's really shitty. We'd like if you didn't do this, but here, we're gonna lift the ban off you, but next time try to just log off." Yeah,
If they said that, that would have been fine. I guess the wording wasn't good.
Providing a legal protection to people who break the rules is not likely to go.
Oh no, I don't think legal protection won't work in this case. I think they could even. Oh, what is it? I'll have to look things up. But yeah, I don't think legal protection will help.
It's possible they can't handle it. Let's see what's going on. They've got
I was gonna say, yeah,
peak of 382,000 concurrent players.
Yep.
If
is that right now?
If only if only 1% of them is TKing, that's like that's a lot.
Say, like, even if it's one, like I still haven't experienced any TKing or team killing. So like if this could be an issue of this is a really bad thing, but if it doesn't happen that often, then like I guess this is the best that could happen. Like in League of Legends, like that thing. Toxicity and like throwing games happen so much that they have rules for that. And
that game just seems like it's insanely anal with its rules. I swear, if I shit on stream, I'd get swatted.
For PUBG,
if I shit myself on stream, I'd get swatted.
Well, here's the thing: is what if this stuff is happening but on alert streams, but since nobody's watching, it's not going to get reported. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe you have to start watching. Like people have to watch what they do because they can get banned. But smaller people, no one's really watching. I mean, if you team kills, like let's say I on stream team killed somebody, right? And but everybody in my chat liked it. No one reported me. The guy didn't report me. Then I got away with it for free. Like the Dr. Spec only got banned because he got stream sniped, and that's what happens when you do it in front of 20,000 people.
I think that maybe it just comes with that territory, the rules for you are different. I know that happened contextually, like it happened in League of Legends. Pro players that stream have different rules on them.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's fair or not, it's just how it works.
Maybe require X amount of reports on a player in a specific game.
Yeah, that.
Honestly, that's how it works in a lot of games.
Yeah,
What they do is they wait until they become a habitual rule breaker, then they address the person, which might be better versus like, hey, I killed somebody once.
You know I think that'd be a really good solution. Like,
it would suck. I mean,
it would suck for the
no matter what the solution is, you got to eat a shit sandwich somewhere. But what shit sandwich tastes like
less shitty
than the other
like
ones?
Lettuce on it or something.
And I think that might actually be a very good solution. Is having this this report threshold. You know, after someone has had like 5 fucking reports. You know, just period. They're gonna do an They'll do an investigation. They'll look at him and be like, "Yep, this guy's an asshole. Tent ban. You know, oh, he's an asshole again. Longer tent ban. Asshole again. 3 strikes. All right, you're out. Sorry, dude. We gave you a chance."
Yeah, I wonder. Hopefully, when they implement the reporting system, things will get better. I still don't know how they're going to deal with the pre-game lobby match. You ever had your mic on during that? That was my favorite part of the game.
I hate that audio. I mean, this is nothing to do with community management, but like they need to work on that clipping, man. The audio is clipping everywhere.
Not even, like, how are they going to handle that? Because like there are so many people that straight up break TOS rule number 1, where it's just like don't use any discriminatory language.
You mean when somebody starts just saying the N-word constantly?
Yeah,
it's annoying.
But you can't report them because you can't tell who it is, and that's another big system. Like you don't know what's going. You don't know who does what. You have when you get killed by somebody, you have a couple of seconds to figure out what their name is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm looking forward to how are they going to do this reporting system when there's not really any tools that I can see currently in the game that will help you report somebody.
Yeah. Well, I feel
team
like
killing is easier, but what about the other rules that are coming up?
Oh God, are there any rule issues that are coming up right now? Are there any other rule issues happening at the moment?
No, I mean there's number 7. Let's look at here. I'll show you the.
Hey, can you link me the TOS?
Yeah,
or the
it'll be in the chat. Because this, I mean, we can compare this team killing rule to the other rules that they have.
So discriminatory language, foul language.
That's straight up the beginning of PUBG is
it's
that.
Excessive profanity. Do not make threats of real-world violence or other intended harm to other players or employees. That's the one that they're saying, Doc. Also, some people say that he should get a full ban because he broke Rule 3 on Twitter, but...
I mean, if you're big enough.
Don't harass, stalk, or purposely do things. Yep.
Don't engage or request or raise.
Yeah, no, that third one did not help Doc at all.
No prosecution online.
They need to show stats at the end of the game. Would it make it easier if it said double act killed 28 spoons, then I could report you?
Yeah, it shows at the bottom left of the screen, but not forever. You have to kind of look at it and be like, oh crap, you killed me.
Don't engage.
Let me try to screenshot as fast as I can.
So no legal activities in the game. Did not help that. No impersonation. Don't spam. Be it in text or VoIP. Well, that also is broken all the time. Don't cheat.
I was gonna say number 1 and 8, number 1, 2, and 8 are consistently broken, but they have no way to report that at the beginning of the game.
So don't team up on people.
So I can go around and front of every racist term I know, but no one would know what my character's name is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you a?
Does that make it unfair?
Am I a Ryoko lover or an Ayeko lover? And is this a Tenchi?
Yeah, I was gonna say depends. What are we talking about?
Are we talking anime right now? Is this what's happening right now? I will. KFC Jim, I will answer that question.
Yeah, hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what are you. Ooh. Take it more right.
I'm not really into them space pirates, so I'm gonna go for the second one.
Right. Do not exploit bugs or glitches. So do not stream snipe. How do you report number 12? How do you know that somebody's stream sniping you?
Don't exploit bugs or glitches. Don't share your account.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
What is it? Team killing?
Team killing is number 11.
Teen.
So yeah, so it's do not.
There's no excuse for non-accidental kills.
Spoons bring up a good one. Thoughts on suspensions versus permaban? Ooh.
I'm sorry, bro. Thoughts on suspensions versus permaban? I think
Interesting. Depends on it's one of those depends on the situation thing, you know. Like
I think
if PUBG
suspension.
does PUBG do suspensions?
Yeah. I mean, the 3-day
They do?
ban.
No, like suspension. I'm assuming. Oh, sorry, I meant permaban. I keep getting suspension and ban.
Yeah, so like Doc got
Does
like
PUBG do
he got a.
permaban?
I don't think. I mean, every game permabans just piss him off enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, what if Doc got permaban? This is like a big what if
Oh
statement,
shit,
but, like,
that would
you-
fuck that game up so bad.
I mean, he can just buy another account, but like, would you think
Have I
permaban
seen
would?
season 4 of Tenchi Muyo? I'll be honest, man. I don't watch any of the Japanese people stuffs anymore.
Not anymore.
I used
Not
to
into
be
the
I used to be a
anime
bit weeby when I was younger, but that's just not a thing anymore.
No, yeah. What if like super big? What if? What if Doctor Disrespect got permaban as a like a what's that thing to show to everybody what could happen to them?
like make an
Like
example out of him.
make an example. There, that's the
Yeah.
phrase. Like, what if you think that? Because like that straight up was. I could see somebody at a different company doing a permaban over that. Straight up, 20,000 people watching.
Just boom, ban hammer. That's
Just-
it. See ya, bitch.
It's like, see ya. We don't tolerate this, no matter who you are. Just to make an example.
Oh, IP ban.
IP, not even just like account ban. Yeah, like you just have to buy the game again. I know Blizzard does that. If you get banned, you straight up just have to buy another account and do it again, or buy the game again for a different account.
I don't understand okay, so Crackball gets brought up silencing, which totally happens in HOTS and League of Legends.
yeah, that happens a lot.
where communicating with people is key. Like, I don't understand what that fucking solves because I feel like it makes it
helps
worse.
More, it helps more on like Xbox Live. Like I believe Halo Reach was like the first big game to start doing that, and what it did, it auto muted people who were just really toxic and stuff. And even though communication is the key, it pretty much just like says, "Hey, you're a terrible person. You've said a lot of bad things. People don't like what you're saying. You're just muted for the rest of your account's life." So like, even if you've gotten better, like this is your punishment for being very toxic and on voice chat.
Yeah, you just
And
gotta say
other people
reform.
can see that too, and it's like, oh man, crap! I don't really want to play this guy. He's auto muted, so you just back out of the lobby. So pretty much, it stops people from having a good time and gets them out of their game.
You know what that reminds me of? The U.S. prison system. Anyways, I want to jump off that one.
Yo, video games and U.S. prison system.
I don't know. Like it's like you.
I feel you.
You can further alienate people, and it makes them not want to ever be reformed. Okay, muting someone who is toxic and not contributing anything to the team facilitates better communication between the meeting.
Yeah,
it's true.
I was doing competitive Overwatch and competitive League. Me and my friend were like, "Oh, are they saying stuff that isn't good? Just mute them." Like, I'd rather just play one person down than having to deal with somebody that's really toxic. And I've won most games that I've done that through. So
it is less abrasive to just say, "Hey, shut the fuck up! You're not allowed to talk ever again," and we'll let you keep playing the game.
to me, it
Versus,
kicks people
like-
out of the game. Like
versus, like,
they won't
that.
play the game anymore.
It kills team morale when someone's toxic. Team morale is half the battle on the team.
Yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
sure.
I remember playing with this really salty person who was like on a losing streak, and they were just being really shitty to like all of our teammates, and we're just like, "Yo, I know we're losing, but like, stop complaining. Like, change characters, you know." And like after a certain moment, I just muted it, and I was like, "Man, my game felt a lot better after I stopped listening to that person complain himself the whole game." And
It's true. I mean, I just auto mute people sometimes.
yeah,
Honestly.
no, it's just like
I'll be like, that guy's a fuckhead, auto muted, whatever. I
yeah,
don't
that's
care.
how the auto mute worked in Halo Reach. Like if enough people muted you, it could be used for good or bad, but it sends it to, I guess the back end, and they just get auto muted for the rest of the games for a certain amount of time. Sounds like I know Blizzard's favor suspensions over permanent bans. Yeah, because like I think for Blizzard games, if you get banned, you just can't play. Like you have to buy a new copy, right?
That I don't get that because like I guess it's a lot harder to IP ban people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, it makes more money on your end if somebody's that toxic to get banned and buy another
but
copy.
I don't think that they're like, oh yeah, we can make some more money on piece of shit.
No,
like you know, like, oh, you piece of shit,
I
will
wouldn't
pay
be
us more money.
surprised, but like I don't think that's their intention.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know if you would you be able to. I don't think you would silence people in PUBG. I don't think a silencing system wouldn't work.
Well,
Because most
a
people
lot of
communicate-
both these scenarios we're seeing, and the communication had nothing to do with it. It was just I just killed the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I think to end the discussion, I would agree with what Spoon said. Kind of a a report threshold where if enough movement has happened, where enough people are reporting a specific person, that would constitute some sort of act, like that would like have someone act versus like an immediate ban for like one thing. I know doing it once and you get banned is still justifiable because you're breaking TOS.
Yeah, you already broke the rules. But like,
if we're using a system, that would be the best way for people not to feel like they were just like unjustly banned. Although there's gonna be those like cry fests on like Riot forums where like people are like bitching about how they got banned, and then like somebody from customer service like brings up like the fucking book of shit that they've said. Those are good posts with like Riot Lite back in the day.
Arcade Stereo said, from my personal experience, I found that either muting a toxic team member or just telling that they're being abrasive. The second option is like has a third success rate. But I've played people who haven't realized how toxic they were being. Yeah, some people just don't know, man. Like, you're right. If you tell them straight up, like, hey, you're kind of being toxic, or just let them know, like, hey, that's not cool. Most of the time, people don't continue being toxic. It depends on the game. Like, if League of Legends actually had voice chat, it would just go downhill because it's a free game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, let's say, like a Blizzard game, that's $40 that you have to spend again if you get banned. I think that their idea by suspending someone is less likely to be bought / cheat again.
I think I know some people that are less likely to be assholes in games. My buddy Dane has been banned in League before, and he's chilled out after that because the fear of not playing the game at all, losing all his progress on his account, is more than enough incentivization for them not to do that. Yeah. Now, Stim Tank says, I've got a different experience where telling people they're toxic just makes things worse. I'm going to agree with that. Very rarely have I told someone to shut the hell up, they're being a dickhead, has ever worked. I feel that's been my case too, Stim Tank, but maybe that's confirmation bias. It's interesting. Gigantic went with voice chat, not text chat.
Yeah. Oh, I need to still try it with Gigantic.
Oh, you got to play with me and Heather. We played for a good month.
It looks really cool. I want to work on controls to it, but like, here's the thing: like, text chat, you can be as toxic as possible because you can't. I don't know where I heard this from. I don't know if the study is 100% like true or did its research very well, but like, people will be less toxic if they hear their voice because they can at least put a person to it. It humanizes them. Humanize, yeah. Like, most people are toxic because, let's say like Xbox Live, there's nothing you can do about it. If you're being toxic to someone, like if they're talking mad shit about you, you can't like fight them. You know what I mean? That's why in real life you don't see a lot of people going up to each other and then just like saying a lot of shitty things because there are immediate consequences. Like, hey, you might get beat up.
So Crybucket said that she disagrees. Speaking as a female,
I don't think it's true. Oh yeah.
Yes, and I'm going to say I agree with her because I've actually been with her in Overwatch when some really nasty shit was said to her.
Oh yeah. I was like, I've been in those.
You've played with your girlfriend in Overwatch, I'm sure.
I'm like black.
People are fucking assholes sometimes, and it's weird that like it takes a girl for that to happen. And they don't care who's on the other end. So usually, if I'm playing with a female friend, I just use male pronouns because people say some fucking horrible shit.
Well, even then, I just say guys and dude a lot because it's how I say things.
Yeah, but I just call everyone guys and dude, but.
It's kind of weird.
And not to segue into another topic, which maybe because like we're kind of like running at the edge of our time. We're running a little late, but maybe that should be a topic we should go over is like girls in gaming communities.
Let's talk about toxicity in just general, dude. That would be a good topic.
Yeah. It's easy to use voice. It's the easiest communication method, but like you will get the most flack for being a woman on the game.
Yeah.
And I've had to kick people at least once a week in my Discord as soon as they play with my partner. If you're in any of my female friends' voice chat. Yeah, it's so fucked up that we have to deal with that. Anyways, well, let's just agree and say that's fucked up.
Yeah, we'll break it up next time.
This is actually a good topic to talk about next week. I can kind of pull some stuff together and we can pull up some articles. If we're lucky, if we're unlucky, something will happen that's really bad. That we can use
some people who do research about this stuff and ask them to like, hey, do you want to be in chat and like explain to us what like your findings and stuff?
Or they can join us in Discord.
Or they can I'll message some people. Let me know if that's the topic for next week.
Yeah, we'll figure out what the topic is in the middle of the week. But to close this up, I think that community management is hard. It's not easy.
Like, what are your final words on the Dr. Disrespect thing? Like,
he should have been banned. They overreacted and played it wrong at the end.
Yeah, I will agree. The ban was justifiable. Mad respect for them for doing it, no matter how big somebody is. Maybe a little personal, but like the rule is kind of not good. Hopefully they can fix it in the future.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
with the case of this one guy who got banned for doing a similar thing,
That's
not
kinda
cool.
sketch. Yeah,
They should revisit their policies on to how they ban people. This is right now as it stands. It's different because they're doing it by forms. I can't fully criticize them. We'll see what happens when they implement an in-game system in which things can be banned, or people can be banned. We'll see what happens there. I think they won't need a one-time report because people will be more liberally banning, or I mean not banning, but like reporting because it's within the system.
yeah.
We'll answer this one last question. Do you think mute halt communication with player or try to explain what they're doing wrong? Or do I just mute or halt communication player?
I just mute. Like
trying
there's
to explain what they're doing.
from my past experience, confirmation bias. Like there's no help. If someone's going to be toxic over a game that they don't make money from playing from, there's just no way you can help them.
Dog, I'll be
You know what I
honest,
mean?
man. I'm a little toxic. I don't
I'm a
feel
little
I don't feel like
like-
explaining shit to people. I'll mute them if they're okay. If they're talking shit, like I just mute them. I don't have
Like,
time for that.
I don't know. Like I have caught myself telling people like, "Hey, I'm like Diamond and I play with the steering wheel, and you're here trying your hardest. Like, you're not shit. You know what I mean? That's like my just hey, stop trying to act like you're shit when you're not." But like I said before, I just mute them because my philosophy is like, hey, someone's being toxic for playing a game that they don't make money from, and they're trying to win. It's just like it's not really worth my time to explain to them why it's what they're doing is wrong. You know what I mean? They can't be helped.
Oh God, Google Hangouts. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
So yeah. So just to close this out.
Yeah.
Oh, and so what do you think about this whole community management thing, especially with like dealing with banning? Like, what are your final thoughts?
I hope Blue Studios gets better at their community management, or just not. It wouldn't be customer support, but it'd be just like
PR.
the reporting PR. Yeah. Like I said, it does suck that the dude who is now the face of the game, even though this is his personal account. I hope they hire more people or just make the team larger to deal with that stuff. It is a game that sold 5 million copies, I believe, recently. It was the last stat. So whether you like it or not, you're going to have to deal with that kind of stuff. So I hope they get better. There's like, to be honest, I want to say it's coming, but like you sold 5 million copies. Do you really need to work on that stuff? I don't know, but if you want the game to keep going on, I guess you should start focusing on PR and community management.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of this game since it has a big community. All right,
Yeah.
well, thanks for joining the discussion, guys.
Yeah,
we're
man, that's
gonna
fun.
do another one next week at 1 Central Time again. Hopefully, we'll find out what we're gonna talk about soon. And I can actually like broadcast it a little bit earlier with like the like being
fair.
like, hey, so 20 minutes for 1, we're talking about community management, bitches.
Yeah, I mean, next week I would be totally down to talk about toxicity and stuff like that. I can bring up some articles and stuff.
And maybe I can bring in some other people.
Yeah,
I'd like
I was
to
gonna say,
bring
we
in.
have-
I'd like to bring in Heather or
was gonna say, we have
another
minorities.
person.
We have different genders, like
Well, especially with like player toxicity with women in gaming.
oh yeah,
It'd be really cool for us to bring in some women to talk about their
Yeah,
experiences
just explain-
and maybe like how are ways that we can address issues like that. So
yeah, that'd be really interesting.
cool. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Heather and I will be on stream later tonight. Lewis over here
I might join you out.
he will probably be on tonight. I don't know.
Yeah,
If you want to watch, are you the current Guinness world record holder for beating Dark Souls with the most amount of controllers?
3. So as far as I remember, I've been contacted by the dude, and they're working on the list. They're making a new category for me for Dark Souls 3, but I'm just trying to match the Dark Souls 1 thing. And I've been asked like, "Hey, you already have all the controllers. You should beat Dark Souls 1." And like, ooh, I have like a respect thing where like I don't want to take over that dude's record, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a cool record to have to take both of those records. You know what I mean? So technically, I have it for Dark Souls 3. I need like 2 more controllers to make it the same amount as the other one. No, 1 more controller to make it the same amount as the other one.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that tonight. I might be playing Overwatch or something tonight.
Well,
but
regardless, I implore you guys to check out Lewis's channel. Was it the Super Scrubs?
yeah.
You can go ahead and
me.
throw that in chat. Boom.
Oh yeah,
leave
I
a
got
link.
you. Sorry.
And we'll check you guys out later.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I enjoy it.
This was
I
a
love
really
doing
good
this.
conversation. The chat was more active. You know, if there are any topics you guys want to talk about in the future, just let me know. I think a lot of you know me personally or through somebody, or if you're new and you don't know me at all, follow me on Twitter, and you can just totally tweet at me any topics that you'd like to go over. Hopefully, like we can talk about a topic later on that we have like